Hello and hi! I have a lot to talk about, so I figured why not start commentary videos? It seems fun, so hello! This is me! Hi! Voice reveal, I guess. I'm gonna just get straight into it. Woo! Hi! For this video, I was really torn between doing a plot for an old series of mine or just talking about my current one that I've got going. So I kind of decided to go with the current one that I have, which is Into the Darkness. I know more about it, and I just really want to geek out about it, honestly. So, what even is it? Well, watcher. Here we go. Into the Darkness is a comic series I work on with my boyfriend. Hi. It's based around a small group of cats who some have abilities and some don't. The group lives at a place called Rushing Waters, and the three main protagonists are Enchant, Incredible, and Myth. The story kind of follows the whole love triangle basis with a big bad guy at the end and his quote-unquote henchmen. There's more on them later. And it's overall something that I really love and enjoy to do, so talking about it, as you can imagine, is going to be a really easy thing to do for my first video. Fun fact, I actually have art of the characters going like way back 9 years ago. It's been very much planned for a long time. But for this video specifically, I wanted to talk about some of my personal favourite characters from the series. I have quite a few actually, which is going to be great fun to talk about. But maybe if people enjoy it, I can do a part 2 with some of the other characters. Alright, starting off, of course, we have Enchant. Enchant is a very special character of mine, and I also hold very close to my heart. She was my cat owner for like the longest time before this, but eventually even I outgrew her, which actually worked out because it gave her the chance to take the spotlight in this series. Growing up, Enchant was taken under the wing of Shade, a motherly she-cat who also raised Enchant's best friend, Myth, despite none of them being of blood. Shade would often stay up with Enchant when she was younger, after nightmares of a tabby murder and two unknown cats plagued her sleep. Growing older, Enchant learned to handle these dreams, and eventually her and Myth took under training from both Shade and her twin brother Wolfie. The two breezed through it quickly, working together as a team. This would bring Enchant and Myth to their first solo mission, in which a fierce storm hits and Enchant gets separated from Myth. During this, she stumbles across a very angry yet charming Tom, quite literally destroying the forest that they live in, with fire he was creating. Driven by a need to protect her home, the two engage in a fight that they seem to enjoy more than either lets on. The Tom reveals himself as Incredible, and says he was angry the forest didn't harvest the leaves needed to save one of his mothers. Enchant calls the Tom down and sees him on his way. Following this scuffle, the two regularly start to meet up, Enchant bringing Incredible leaves needed to improve his mother's health due to Shade storing them safely for her use. The two keep this up for a while, all while Myth realizes Enchant's constant need to get out, beginning to feel a tug on their friendship. Myth realizes that he does in fact have feelings for his best friend. Biding his time, he eventually confesses to Enchant, who unfortunately doesn't reciprocate, pushing Myth into the start of his spiral. Enchant later feels guilty for rejecting the friend she's always known, questioning herself if she really did only see him as that. She decides no, she's only ever viewed him as a close friend, a brother at most. She decides then to meet Incred at their spot, in need of comfort and advice. That night she meets with Incred, who, after listening to her troubles, tries successfully to cheer the she-cat up, and presents her with a purple moon necklace, a charm. Enchant is overjoyed by this and takes it, and it instantly changes her eyes from blue to purple, which Incred points out, curiously. They shrug it off, and Enchant realizes her feelings for Incredible are more than what she feels for Myth. For the next few days, Enchant is called aside by Wolfie, who decides she's unable to leave Rushing Waters, leaving Enchant to help with duties and other busy tasks. Growing frustrated, Enchant pushes her way into a cubby and lashes out to blow off some steam. However, unlike her usual ranting, this time her paws produce sparks and flames, to which the she-cat freaks out and begins to try and put out. That is, until she realizes she can do it by simply placing her paws on the flames without feeling any pain. And that's all I have for Enchant for now. I really love this girl, and she definitely has a lot more lore-wise, but I'm not going to spoil the whole comic here. Next up is Incredible. Anyone close to me will know off the bat this guy is definitely one of my most spoiled characters. He's Pikachu Cat, guys! Alright, okay. This guy is actually an old character of my boyfriend's. Over time, he's definitely become a lot more than that. He's certainly confident and very charming, his overall personality being rather attractive to others, albeit romantically or admirably, is that even a word? However, he does have a soft side, and he's definitely more caring and gentle than his abilities and his first impressions make him seem. Incredible had it rough growing up when he was small. His father figure would often push him down, putting him through horrible training sessions that would often leave him harmed or near death. The older Tom only wanted Incred for the best due to his natural born powers, fire, rock transformation, and telekinesis. However, he eventually winds up abandoning Incred, who, still young, makes his way to a smaller cabin in the woods, tired and beaten down. Unknown to Incredible though, there are two she-cats living there, who comes across the Tom and decide to take him in. These she-cats are Scarlet, a blind ginger she-cat, and Diamond, a white she-cat, who also has a son, Ice. The family ends up being a lot better for Incred, and they get along happily, teaching Incredible the proper ways to use his abilities and also giving him his name, Incredible, how, well, incredible his abilities truly are. But after his mother Scarlet falls sick, Incred rushes to look for leaves or any remedy to save his mother, growing angry at the world for attempting to take away someone he cared for. Due to this anger, he starts to destroy the greenery around him in a huge fire. But he's suddenly attacked by a smaller she-cat going to defend her home, and Incred is quick to defend himself from this crazy cat. The two stop, and, begrudgingly, he admits he was only doing it because he was scared of losing his mother. Then he finds out that this cat is Enchant. Instead of burning the resources, he should be with his mother. Following their interactions, Incred starts to find leaves left at the burnt forest area, which carried the scent of the she-cat on them. He takes them back and after consideration gives them to Scarlet, who, after a few days, starts to show better on her health due to the leaves. Thankful, Enchant and Incred start to meet up, and eventually enjoy each other's company and learn about how different their lives are. Upon one of these meetings, Enchant tells Incred that if he ever needs, follow the river back to Russian waters, it'll take him to where he lives. Incred eventually decides he wants to give Enchant a gift to thank her, and because his feelings for the she-cat were only growing, he decides to take one of his mother's charms, from their created ones, a purple moon, on a necklace. Somehow it was too perfect. Luckily for him, Enchant was waiting for him in their usual spot, and, after listening to her troubles, he's secretly relieved to hear that she doesn't have feelings for her other friend, and gives her the moon necklace. Her eyes change from blue to purple, and, all's bizarre, they both seem to shrug it off and enjoy the company for the rest of the night. However, after a few days, Scarlet's health once again takes a dreadful turn. Enchant hadn't showed up with herbs like usual, and both worried and desperate, Incred, with Diamond's help, follows the river to Russian waters, except instead of Enchant waiting for him, it was an angry black and purple Tom. And boy, did he look angry. Ah! Look at the boy, look at the boy! I'm so excited to look on this side of the story. He has some pretty neat lore, but, that being said, the next character. Finally, there's Shade. A lot like the others, Shade is a character of mine that's rather old. She's motherly supportive and willing to fight to the death to protect her family. However, her kind nature is often a part of her flaws. Growing up, Shade would be constantly beside her twin brother Wolfie. They grew up without a mother, losing her in their early lives. The event left Wolfie pretty anxious. Shade took over the role as protector, and eventually the two met River and stayed at the home, soon to be known as Rushing Waters. Eventually, Shade would find herself wandering the territory, falling across a less grassy outland, the city. Cowering in a corner and beaten was a smaller brown Tom, who she knew she had to help. Offering the leaves she had begun gathering, she gave them to him and learnt his name was Hawk. Hawk and Shade would frequently meet at metal fence, talking and enjoying each other's company, where one day Hawk persuaded Shade to leave with him and accompany his growing ranks. Shade agrees and leaves. However, this life wasn't suited for her, Hawk's growing controlling personality becoming too much. Shade flees her life with Hawk and returns to Rushing Waters, where she finds out she's carrying his kids. The love and care she needs, she gives birth, but her kids are stillborn. Pushed by her last grief, Shade becomes isolated and shut off, causing River and Wolfie to be worried. Until, one evening, Wolfie returns to Rushing Waters with a small kid. He doesn't share where from nor how he found her, and insists Shade raises her as if her own. Blinded by her need for a child, Shade takes her in, and after some time, they're joined by a small grey Tom who Shade chooses to raise alongside Enchant. If you haven't already guessed, these kids are Enchant and Myth. Shade is a special character of mine, and I love to do art of her when I'm in need of comfort, and I'm glad I got to give her some spotlight now. That's all I have for this video. This series is one that I really worked hard on, with the constant help of my boyfriend, and I really do hope we can make it something special for others too. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll probably make part 2 at some point. This is just 3 of a rather long list of characters, and I definitely want to dive into Hawk and his shadows. But, thank you for watching. Bye!